Joining us now, NBC News Capitol Hill correspondent Ali Vitale. Ali, good morning. So is he going to get to 217 today?
Oh, that's the big question, and we're asking it yet again because you're right, Willie, to present this as the Republicans' latest nominee for Speaker, because Jordan is certainly not the first person that we've seen vie for this job and fall short. Just last week, at the middle of the week, we thought it was going to be Congressman Steve Scalise who was going to go to the floor for a vote. The realities of his numbers game made it so that just 24 or 36 hours later, he dropped his bid and Jordan took that space. Power, of course, abhors a vacuum. And so now we're watching Jordan try to step into the open position here. And I think it's important for us to sort of chart Jordan's rise over the course of the last 10 years. This is someone who went from being a fringe flamethrower within the House Freedom Caucus in its earliest days and originations to now potentially rising, or at least being within striking distance of becoming Speaker of the House at a time when the House has never been more polarized, never been more partisan. Nevertheless, we are watching moderates, including 1 and 2 and several more in Biden-won districts from 2020, coming out and saying that they will support Jim Jordan as Speaker. I think, to me, it's a sign of the fatigue that we've frankly found in this building over the course of the last 2+ weeks, as they have been leaderless and rudderless, and we've only seen urgency grow on the world stage. But I don't think this is going to be a one-and-done easy hoop for Jim Jordan to score. I think we're going to see them go to the floor around noon. You'll probably see the first balloting vote around 12:30. And I say first because I think there's going to go several rounds here, sort of give some members who have concerns about Jordan the chance to maybe vote against him for the first few rounds and then maybe fall in line. There's also the possibility, Willie, that we see now what we saw back in January, which is some members just voting present, which lowers the threshold from that magic number of 217 to something below that. That's just one of the possibilities that we're seeing here. But Jordan and his allies say he's willing to go multiple rounds on this.
So it's striking, Ali, that in recent days, Jordan has picked up the support of some of his fellow Republicans who had previously said they were never Jordan's, that they now are in on him, despite the January 6th resume, despite the impeachment inquiry, despite Ohio State wrestling questions. But per latest tallies, latest whip counts, he's still a little short. So if he can't do it, is there someone else there waiting in the wings to give it a shot?
There's always someone waiting in the wings. It's the House of Representatives, Lemire. You know, all of these folks see themselves rising to higher power. I don't know what that name is. We've heard some people float the idea, yet again, of consensus candidates, people like Tom Cole or Mike Gallagher. I still think that that's a really far-fetched scenario, especially because we've seen moderates more quickly and more publicly fall in line behind Jordan than they will behind the idea of reaching across the aisle or voting for Hakeem Jeffries, though certainly as I stand outside the Democratic meeting this morning, that's still something that some Democrats are holding out hope for. But I do think that with Jordan, the numbers that he doesn't have right now, which is to say, you're right, he doesn't have 217. They think that by going to the floor and sort of putting the public pressure on, after going several rounds of this, they think that that will combine to allow him to get the numbers that he needs to actually become Speaker. If he fails, and if they once again have to go back to the drawing board for now the third time in as many weeks, I don't know that that room can contain the frustration that I've heard from Republican members who are so upset that this is what their majority has devolved into. But there are some names that we hear percolating, at least in whispers, of people who might want to put themselves up to the job. But I think here's something that I've been thinking about a lot since last week. The idea that Jim Jordan had basically a week and a half worth of lead time on his whip operation for the closed door vote at the end of last week. And some almost no-name member, an Austin Scott from Georgia, jumped in the race and was able to garner 80 some odd votes behind closed doors. I talked to Congressman Scott right after and I said, were you surprised? And he just sort of shrugged and said, I had no whip operation. There is the reality that as much as Jordan is coalescing people right now, it's not like there's this big kumbaya moment from within the party. He's preaching unity, but there are a lot of people who have reluctance about Jordan being Speaker. That might not be enough to derail him, but it certainly still exists.
All right, NBC's Ali Vitale, thank you very much. We appreciate your reporting.